What's going on, everybody? My name is Tyler, and today it's time for another Top 10 video. I've done the top 10 first baseman, second baseman, and shortstops in Major League Baseball. Let's fill out the infield. I'm going to be ranking the top 10 third baseman in Major League Baseball, in my opinion. And as I said it before, if you haven't watched my videos in the past for top 10s, I don't solely look at the player's stats from the previous season, although that is a major factor into my rankings. I also look at where these players are in their careers, and if I were starting a team, would I or would I not want these guys on my squad? Also, my position listing is going based off where these guys played majority of their games in the 2019 season, as I know that some guys play multiple positions. So with all that out of the way, let's get it started. At number 10, we have Justin Turner. Justin Turner has been somewhat of a journeyman, if you will, for his entire career. Although he's only played for a couple of teams, but he's been around for a long, long time. He had a bounce-back year in 2019, given his poor 2018 season. Last year, Turner played the second most games in a season he ever has in his career with 135, and that's being that he's at 35. So, very impressive there. He had 139 hits, 27 home runs, 67 RBIs, and hit 290. In the field, Turner had one of his better seasons at third base as he's moved around the diamond during his career. He had a fielding percentage of 97.3. The reason why I don't have Turner any higher is because he is getting up there in age. He's 35, like I mentioned. And I just don't know how much time he's got left in his career. And he plays for a team in the Dodgers where that team is so good that they can get away with having someone a little bit older who might be slowing down in Turner. But it's just, I don't know how much left he has in the tank. He's played a lot of baseball in his career. Would I love to see him continue to play? Yes, I love watching him play, but I just don't know how much he has left. So as of right now, I have him at number 10 on my. At number 9, we have Kris Bryant. Bryant has fallen off a little bit since winning the NL MVP in 2016, but 2019 wasn't horrible. Last year, Bryant hit 281 with 153 hits, 31 home runs, and 77 RBIs. In those categories amongst qualified third basemen, Bryant ranked 8th, 11th, and 12th. Middle of the road in all those categories, but Bryant has shown that he can produce at a much higher level as he did in 2016. At 28, Bryant still has a lot more baseball ahead of him, barring injury, and it will be interesting to see if he and the Cubs can turn things around in 2020. Because personally for me, although they do have Anthony Rizzo and Javier Baez, who I've mentioned in previous videos, I think Bryant is the key. If he plays well, that team plays well. And I think if he has a bounce-back year in 2020, the Cubs can return back to the postseason and make a little bit of noise. But as of right now, Kris Bryant, number 9 on my top 10 third basemen. At number 8, we have Jose Ramirez. Ramirez took a step back in 2019 given his 2018 season, but that's mainly because his season ended early due to injury. In 129 games, Ramirez hit 255, 123 hits, 23 home runs, and 83 RBIs. Not great numbers, but again, he only played in 129 games, which kind of makes sense. In 2018, Ramirez played 157 games, hit 270, 156 hits, and had a career best 39 home runs and a career best 106 RBI. So the talent is there. Had Ramirez been healthy and played 150 plus games, I definitely think he would have had a much better season. Might have been in the running for AL MVP as he has been in years past, and would have definitely been higher on this list. But similar to Bryant, he has proven that he can play at a much higher level, and in recent years, no less. Which is why Ramirez earns this number 8 spot. I just want to see if he can get back to that level in 2020 and going forward. If he continues to regress, I don't see Ramirez having much of a place in baseball, for that matter, anymore. But as of right now, given where he's at in his career, what he's already done, I think number 8 is a reasonable spot for him, because also now the injury is a slight concern. So as of right now, Jose Ramirez number 8 on my. At number 7, we have Yoan Moncada. Moncada broke out in a massive way in 2019 for the White Sox. Last season, he hit 315, 161 hits, 25 home runs, 79 RBIs, and had a wins above replacement of 4.6, all of which were career highs. And amongst qualified third basemen, Moncada ranked 2nd, 7th, 12th, 11th, and 7th. And that is why Moncada is not higher on the list. Despite putting up career best last year, aside from batting average, those were middle-of-the-road stats amongst the best of the best at the third baseman position. He also is not a great fielder to put him ahead of some of the other guys. The reason why I do have him, though, ahead of Turner, Bryant, Ramirez is because he is only 24. So there's still room for growth for him. And since being traded from the Red Sox for Chris Sale, Moncada has gotten an opportunity to show how good he really is. And on a relatively young White Sox team, and it will be interesting to see how this team continues to develop going forward. Yoan Moncada, number 7 on my list, but definitely think he can get higher in the future. At number 6, we have Alex Bregman. It's similar to Altuve and Correa on previous lists. Bregman is an interesting case study because of the Astros cheating, obviously. Cheating or not, 2019 was a career year for Bregman as he had career highs in batting average, home runs, RBIs, and WAR, hitting 296, 41 home runs, 112 RBIs, and a WAR of 8.4, not to mention 164 hits. And amongst qualified third basemen, Bregman ranked 5th in batting average, tied for 2nd in home runs, 5th in RBIs, 1st in WAR, and 6th in hits. Really, really solid numbers. The reason why I am a little shaky, or not as shaky as on Bregman as I was on Correa and Altuve with the cheating, is because in the last 3 seasons, from 2017 to 2019, Bregman in 184 bats at home hit 284, and 163 bats on the road hit 292. Just last season, despite having 8 fewer bats, Bregman had a batting average of 37 points higher on the road than at home. So maybe the cheating might not have impacted Bregman as much. I don't know. Hopefully he can continue to play at this level once MLB season resumes, because this guy is an immense talent. And the only reason why I do have him so low is just because of that little voice in the back of my head. Is like, who knows how real these stats are. Like, the numbers might show that, yeah, he plays better on the road than at home, but who knows how far this Astros cheating scandal went. And I think number 6 is a reasonable spot for Alex Bregman as of right now. At number 5, we have Manny Machado. Machado has had a really solid career thus far after 8 seasons and has been at or around the top of third baseman rankings for the greater part of his career. Last season, after signing a 10-year, $300 million contract with the Padres, Machado took a minor step back from seasons prior, but still performed at a high level, at least in my opinion, as he hit 256. Not great, but had 150 total hits, 32 home runs, and 85 RBIs, ranking him 14th, 9th, tied for 9th and 9th amongst qualified third basemen, which is why he is a little bit lower. Machado, he's starting to show some signs of slowing down. He's still putting up solid numbers, but he's not at the top of the best third baseman. All of those are middle of the road, like I mentioned, and I will admit Machado is one of those guys who, when you do need a big play, outside of the 2018 World Series when he struck out to lose the Dodgers the World Series, he will more often than not make the play. And he's also a really strong fielder. At the position known as the hot corner, you need someone as an anchor at that spot, someone who will not let many balls pass by, which Machado has proven to do for his entire career. And that is really why he is so high for me. He's good at both at the plate and in the field. And if I were starting a team, I would want someone who can be that anchor, someone who could provide for me at the plate and provide for me in the field. So as of right now, Manny Machado is at the halfway point, number 5. At number 4, we have another member of that young Oakland A's team in Matt Chapman. In 3 seasons, Chapman has risen to stardom in Oakland. Last season was a really strong year as he hit 249, 145 hits, and a career high in home runs and RBIs with 36 and 91. Although he ranked last in batting average amongst qualified third basemen, Chapman ranked 11th, 4th, and 7th in the other 3 categories, and he also had the second best wins above replacement at 6.7 amongst qualified third basemen. Where he is at his best, though, Chapman is in the field. He had the highest fielding percentage amongst qualified third basemen with a 98.1%, was tied for 5th in fewest errors committed with 9, down from 20 in 2018, and had the best defensive wins above replacement at 2.3. Similar to Machado, Chapman brings a nice balance between hitting and fielding, and the reason why I do have Chapman ahead of Machado is because Chapman is a year younger, and at least in my opinion, he has a brighter upside at this point in his career for the foreseeable future than Machado. Like I've mentioned at previous videos, the Oakland A's are building something special, and I'm very excited with him, Simeon, Matt Olson. I'm sure there's a bunch of other guys who I can't remember off the top of my head. There's something brewing in Oakland, I think. Maybe not in 2020, but 2021, 2022. The Oakland A's could make some real noise in the MLB playoffs. And who knows, maybe there's a World Series in the future. I don't know. I'm not making any bold predictions as of right now, but I will say this, Matt Chapman is going to be a star at the third baseman position. He's number 4 on my list. Number 3, we have Rafael Devers. With Mookie Betts officially off the Red Sox, all eyes will now be on Devers to be the best player in Boston. If 2019 will be any indicator for 2020, it'll be a good year for Devers and the Red Sox. Last season, Devers had career highs in batting average, hits, home runs, and RBIs, and wins above replacement, hitting 311, 201 hits, 32 home runs, 115 RBIs, and a 5.3 WAR. Amongst qualified first basemen, Devers was toward the top in all those categories, ranking 4th, 1st, tied for 7th, 4th, and 6th. The concern for me with Devers is the fielding, as he ranked 16th out of 18 among qualified third basemen in fielding percentage, 94.9% was his fielding percentage, and committed the most errors at the position amongst qualified third basemen with 22. I will say Devers is still really young at 23, so there is a lot of room for him to improve. He's got a lot more baseball ahead of him, but for as good as he is at the plate, he can't be equally as poor in the field, especially if he wants to be considered the best of the best at his position and one of the best in baseball. So as of right now, Rafael Devers, number 3 on my list, but room to grow in for sure. At number 2, we have Anthony Rendon, and now we've gotten to the point where number 2 and number 1, who you've probably guessed who number 1 already is before you even clicked on this video, and we're getting ready to type in the comments, this guy ain't number 1, like you get what I'm saying. But Rendon and the guy at number 1 are the best of the best. They're the top 2, the tier above everyone else. And Rendon, without question, had his best year of his career in 2019, playing so well. He earned a massive contract with the LA Angels this past offseason. Hopefully it works out. The Angels do have a history in recent years of paying really big contracts and not panning out. Josh Hamilton, Albert Pujols. Enough about them. Let's talk Rendon. Last season, Rendon played in only 146 games, but had career highs in batting average, hits, home runs, RBIs, and had his second best WAR. In those categories, he had 319, 174 hits, 34 home runs, 126 RBIs, and 6.3 WAR, ranking first, third, sixth, first, and third. Rendon has been a solid player in his career, but in recent years he has taken his game to a whole new level, with this year being his current pinnacle. That is why I have him at number 2, because without him, there was no way the Nationals would have won that World Series. Washington might not even made the playoffs, given that they got in as a wild card team. Hopefully the Angels didn't sign another player to an insane contract and doesn't pan out. I don't think that will happen with Rendon, but I would not be surprised if that were to happen. But as of right now, I have Rendon at number 2, and I don't know if he'll ever get to number 1. I'll be totally honest. The guy at number 1 is a step above everyone else. So Anthony Rendon, number 2, and will probably be there for the foreseeable future. And at number 1, you've probably guessed it, like I mentioned, is Nolan Arenado. There is zero doubt that he is the best third baseman in all of baseball, and frankly, I don't even think it's too close. I think Rendon has crept up, but Arenado has just been so good, and he's been playing at an extremely high level for the last 5 years, and last year was arguably his best by far. In 2019, he hit a career-best .315 batting average, was 3 hits away from having the most hits he ever had in a season with 185, one short of tying his career high in home runs with 41, and had 118 RBIs. Those ranked 3rd, 2nd, tied for 1st, and tied for 2nd among qualified third basemen. Now, I will admit Arenado's numbers are helped by the fact he plays in Colorado. In the last 3 seasons, Arenado has hit .345 at home and .270 on the road, and he had 330 hits at bats in Colorado, 244 outside the state, 63 to 53 home runs at home versus home runs on the road. It goes on and on and on. That being said, however, Arenado is still really good at what he does. He has taken advantage of the situation he's been given in. Now, I know that there are trade rumors surrounding Arenado. He wants out of Colorado. There have been rumors he's been linked to the Yankees. I don't think that's going to happen, although I would love it to happen. But I think as of right now, Arenado does have an extra player as a fielder. He is arguably the best fielder at third base in all of baseball. Not many balls get past him, and he has an insane arm. Like, there are just some throws that he makes. You're like, how in the world is a human able to do that? With all that, Arenado is the complete package, in my opinion. And I feel like Arenado can still get better, which is scary for baseball. I think if he were to play more outside of Colorado, he might have a slight slump to start, and then he get back up to this level and be like, holy cow, this guy is for real. So Nolan Arenado, without question for me, the best third baseman in all of baseball. So what did y'all think? Do you agree with my list? Who would you add? Who would you take off? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for my next top 10 video. I think I'm going to be doing top 10 catchers. Should be interesting. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day, everybody.